Before we get into the conversation, I'd like to hear from you this morning what you think of the cedi appreciating and the increments in prices of commodities. Do you think it's going to come down anytime soon? Do you think the cedi appreciating is going to reflect in our pockets soon? You can share your thought with us by calling this number 0302-908-607. You can as well send us your WhatsApp messages on 050-2347-074. Now, yesterday, the minority leader, Haruna Idrisu, has said that chairmen of various committees in Parliament should be responsible for their report presentation. He also says that the ministers who want their budgets to be approved should appear before the House for further discussions. Let's watch these videos. When we come back, the line will be open, so you can call.
My task is a simple one, is to second the motion for adjournment, but to urge the whip, the government whip, to make sure that this House has business to do. We have work to do. The exercise of oversight and parliamentary scrutiny of budget remains our primary responsibility as a House. To come every now and be told that reports are not ready is not acceptable. So get your committee chair and the clerk, your clerks, the reports that have, the committees that have so completed their work must bring their report for us to consider and approve the estimates. And Mr. Speaker, while seconding the motion, I further warn that ministers who want their budget's approval must appear in person. If you delegate your deputy, we will delegate your money for you some other day after appropriation. If they send emissaries to come for approval of budget estimates, we will send their approval to them the day they are available. So, whip, make sure you have your estimates ready. The Honorable Minister for Roads and Highways yesterday assured me that the report on his committee is ready. And you are deferring to tomorrow. The roads cannot wait, and the deterioration of the roads cannot wait further. He knows. So, Mr. Speaker, I beg to second the motion, but tomorrow, make sure that we have some motions that we should move. Mr. Speaker, we should begin working towards appropriation. The attitude of stampeding us with several of it at a time does not allow for proper scrutiny. Already, you took advantage of what is called an economic crisis to delay the budget so that we don't have more time to look at it. Going forward, you must make sure that your reports are ready. So tomorrow when you advertise motions, we'll keep you to it. And watch your back. It is not just committee meetings. Members of the ruling government must show responsibility. Look at your back. Look at your back. How many MPs are supporting you at the back? Many of them are not in committees. They must show that approving a budget is serious business.
Okay, so you're welcome back from the break. I've been joined by Honorable Hamza Adam. He is the MP for Kumbugu constituency. Good morning to you, Honorable.
Yeah, good morning.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm good.
My first time meeting you.
Yeah, I think so.
10 days to Christmas.
Yes.
Are you ready? What are you thankful for?
Well, it's unfortunate that, let me begin by saying a very good morning to the cherished listeners, and then especially to the good people of Kumbungu. I think that Ghanaians are going to go through probably the worst ever Christmas season. I mean, because we are all aware that we are going through excruciating hardships, and at the point when inflation is hitting the ceiling and food prices are continuously going higher and higher. I mean, you walk into the market and you cannot buy a commodity. So, I mean, I'm wondering the kind of shopping people are going to do in this Christmas season, especially those who are not on salary and businesses are almost at a halt. People are struggling. So this Christmas is going to be very, very difficult. And
I know, but the cedi is doing well against the dollar. Fuel prices is supposed to come down tomorrow.
Okay, so this news, I mean, it's just, we've just started realizing that.
Right.
And you know how we behave in Ghana. We are very fast when it comes to increasing prices, but very, very slow. When it comes to the opposite. And so it is something that, and policy or those who are supposed to enforce the law are not ensuring that people bring prices of their commodities or their goods down when they receive reduction in the causes or the factors that trigger the price hikes. So yes, I mean, it's good news that we are beginning to see appreciation of the cedi and the rest, but it's going to take some time, and probably we are not going to get the impact overnight. So that will not still mean that we would it's going to affect us much in this Christmas season. We will still have to brace ourselves for difficult times.
Right. So from the video we just watched, Haruna Iddrisu yesterday addressed various committees in Parliament that they should be responsible for their report representation. What's your view on this?
I think the minority leader was on point because we realized that people just, ministers, some of the ministers are not trying to be responsible. Issues of budget must be the responsibility of the sector minister. The reason being that you, the minister, is the spending officer. It is not your deputy minister. In some of the ministries, the deputy ministers are reduced to special aids. In other words, they are rarely given the opportunity to function as ministers. So they have no idea. They have no idea about the expenditure lines of the ministry. So you, the spending officer, must be responsible. I mean, so it is a call in the right direction. Yesterday, my committee on environment, science and technology, were supposed to present our budget estimate, but our sector minister was not available in the chamber. So we said, no, the sector minister must be present before we allow the report to be presented. And so it is something that
when it happens like that, it delays.
Yeah, it delays because we are going to rise next week, Wednesday. And we are expected to go through the appropriation, get everything passed before we rise. And so when there are delays, sometimes we have to have extended sittings, or in some cases they have to extend the days. And we know that for Christmas season we are very limited in terms of time flexibility, because you cannot say you're going to have sitting on Christmas Day or a day before, and so people have to travel. So we are operating within limited times, and I can't understand why we cannot give priority to budget. You will try to find out about the whereabouts of the minister, and only to be told that the minister is attending a conference or attending a meeting that he could have delegated the deputy to attend. So when it happens that way, then it means you are not getting your priorities right. And we will insist that if you are not available as a minister, we will not do your budget estimate reports for you. And I think I am happy that minority leader, has always spoken about ministers, some of the ministers' irresponsibility. And I think that we will support him and then we'll ensure that we enforce that, that policy, which I think will work for all of us.